These roast houses, very much indicative of Kent, used for drying hops. And as I swing around, there's the barn and the start of my walk. Part of the farmland at Sissinghurst Castle. It's about 400 acres arable. Sheep, cattle, pigs and a few crops. Right, here we have an avenue of poplar trees. The original trees, these are new ones, the original trees are actually planted by Vita and Harold, and they did have a bit of a dispute on whether they should have a curve or a straight line. I think they compromised and had a wiggly one instead. This field is known as Lake. We in the UK, particularly in parts of England, do tend to name their fields. This is known as Lakefield, and you'll find out reason why in a minute. Wonderful in the summer. This is just starting to grow now. It's also partly protected by English nature because of its abundance of wildflowers during the late spring and summer and early autumn. Right, this is one of the lakes. As I pan round, you can just about see the other lakes. These are a wonderful habitat, obviously for ducks and fish, but also dragonflies. There's only one other place that has as many dragonflies as we do, and that's Wicken Fen in East Anglia. And they are beautiful. The lakes are not natural. They were a couple of clay pits. The brickwork at Sissinghurst Castle was hauled out of this ground here, thus creating these two natural lakes. Right in front of you now is a stile, and there are 8 of these in the country, 4 of which are on this estate, and they were designed by Edwin Lutyens. I'd love to be able to demonstrate the style, but I haven't brought my tripod with me. But basically the style folds down at that side, you push it down and then you can climb over. Right there you can see a lot of young cattail growing, which you will get what they call Cossack asparagus from, and also one of the deadlier plants in the umbellifer family, Crocanta oenanthe, or water drop hemlock, waterdropwort hemlock, or hemlock waterdropwort. Crikey, I can't even get the names out today. Very, very poisonous. Every part of the plant is poisonous, and bizarrely it looks like flat leaf parsley, so be careful when you're picking in the woods. Well guys, I don't know whether you can see this, but there are a lot of fish here. We don't fish these lakes, and as I pan up and pan around, you can see such beauty. There are small flying things and fish breaking the water. There are carp, roach and rudd in this lake, and a couple of pike, I do believe. One of the delights of being a guide at this place is the fact that we put in fairy doors in some of the trees and that, just to bring a bit of fun for the children, particularly the younger ones. Some more hazelnut coppice here. This has recently been cut, as you can tell by the stalls, but also we've got some maidens in here. Now the maidens are the mature trees. We've got some oaks, and as I pan around we've got some ash across there. Unfortunately the ash has been infected by Chalara, so they will be dropped in the next couple of years. And in the distance there's birch and sweet chestnut, and as you can just about see, if you can see the blue haze, the bluebells are coming through. This is known as a hammer stream, or as the hammer stream, though there is some evidence of the Wealden iron industry being here at one time. Hammer streams would basically supplied the power to the furnaces for making iron. But there's more of an East Sussex tradition than the Kentish one. Well, oh, to be in Kent at this time of the year. Coppice woodland, beautiful sweet chestnut, a little bit of hazel in there, and one or two birches, and some ash, but it's mostly sweet chestnut coppice. And look at that beautiful blue carpet of bluebells. These would be English bluebells, and we grow an awful lot. You might see some little white flowers if I zoom in down there. There we go. That's stitchwort. We've got plenty of that growing around here as well. So if I pull that out and pan around, you can see this job is absolutely beautiful. I can get out into the woods at least once a week. Not doing any campfires or anything. I would love to do that, and I'll be planning on doing some of that later in the year, but not in this woodland. I'd love to be able to show people a little bit more. And another thing for this woodland, primroses. A lot of primroses. Comes from the Latin prima rosa, which is the rose of spring, or the first rose. It's a bit of a wild edible as well. The leaves can be put into a salad, you know, a leafy salad. And the Victorians used to crystallise the flowers. But it's just nice to see it blossoming here, and it's great food for the bees. There we go, guys, some more stitchwork. Beautiful little flower, love it. A close relative of the stitchworts is chickweed, which is a nice little edible and can be used as a soap. Well, guys, there you have it. It's a little bit of what I do here at Sissinghurst Castle, being the countryside guide, and I normally take them through the woodland behind me, or part of the woodland, and I'll take them over there, past the lakes as you've seen, and round by some of the farmland. I mean, today I've seen bluebells, I've seen stitchwort, we have some jack by the hedge, we've got primroses here. This is springtime and it's wonderful. There's some sheep in the far fields, some of them are lambed, and it's been pretty good. We've had a lot of work done to the castle of late, and I would highly recommend, if you're living in a local area or you visit Kent, come here. Drop me an email or whatever, see if I'm on duty that day, and I'll take you for a guided walk around. I'm hoping for some clients today. It's a nice fine day. Now really hot weather's gone and we've got nice spring weather. And as I said, it's a wonderful place to visit. I love walking these woods. There's always something different. Every week I come down, there's something just a little bit different. The bluebells are out now, so there's a lovely blue haze. And first thing in the morning, you get a lovely smell from there. Later on in the year, there will be fungi and sweet chestnuts and hazelnuts as well. So every season's something different. The summer's a little bit dry and a little bit bland as far as wild edibles go. But it isn't just about eating. You know, come and visit, listen for the birds. We've got bird hides here, and there's an amazing variety of birds. We've clocked about 160 different species of bird visiting the woods and the fields around here. More often than not, I see pigeons and robins, but there are loads of others. It's wonderful. You know, I really enjoy being here. You know, it's wonderful. I look around and it's so peaceful. The Japanese call it forest bathing. It's just great spending some time in the woods. Well, guys, I'm not going to do much now. I've got to get back and I've got to get ready for my clients. I always do a preliminary walk. This has been it, and I hope you've enjoyed the walk with me. Not very well edited, I know, but you know, I'm just doing this on my stills camera. Anyway, I'll see you guys later. Have a good week.